Welcome. I'm going to show you how to make a little card book. This binding requires some knot tying and some gluing, and it's a really easy, fast, fun little book to make. It has kind of a flexible binding, and you can make the pages any size you want, but you do want to use thick material. This is one that I filled with mandalas. If you want your pages to be square, then you want your initial cut paper to be twice as long as it is high. And this is kind of a thicker paper. It's kind of like a cardstock. And you can get lots of different colors of cardstock at a copy center. And what you want to do is you have your paper. You want some white glue. You want as many strings as you are going to have pages, and they should be longer than the pages high. And then you want a bone folder of some kind, and then you also need just a cheap brush. And to begin with, you want to fold each of your pages in half. And the easy way to do that is you use your fingernail as the stop. You line it up evenly. Take your bone folder and fold it, crease it, and then you do that with each one of your pages. Okay, and then once you have all of your pages folded in half and creased with the bone folder, you're ready to actually begin constructing them. And you open it back up, then you take your brush, you get a little bit of glue on there. You don't want a whole heaping lot. And then you're going to spread it out. Just on one side is all that's really necessary, but you do need to have glue in the crease. And then you take one of the strings, you lay it down the crease, and you want these two sides to be pretty much even. Then you fold this over. Okay, so there's one page complete, and you want to do that with each one of your pages and then let them dry. If they start curling up as they're drying, put them under a heavy book. Okay, now I have 4 pages done, and you really need an even number of pages. I forgot to mention that earlier. But you can make it as many pages as you want as long as it's an even number. So now what you want to do is choose a pair of pages and tie a square knot at the top and a square knot at the bottom. Square knot, you go over on one side, and then on that same side, this was the string that I went over, so I'm going to go under. And then you just tie an overhand knot. Okay, and then tighten it. And then do the same thing on this side. Okay, and then you want to do that with each pair of pages that you have. So then I'll do the same thing with this set. Okay, so now I have 2 pairs, and if I had more pages I could have, however many pairs of pages that I wanted. But to attach these, you take one of these 2 strings and one of the 2 strings from the adjacent pair, and you just do the very same thing. You're going to tie a square knot. And then we're going to do the same on this side. Okay, so now we have both pairs tied together, and I kind of like to tie one more pair of knots on each side, these two and these two, just to reinforce it, but this is actually all the more knots that you need to make. And you have a nice little card booklet that can be used for a number of different things. You can make a little mandala journal, you can do sketches or write notes. If you made these longer, you could have them meet and tie a knot like that, and it could be a little booklet that could hang from a belt or a keychain. You can get real creative adding beads and different things to the string as well.